here in western Pennsylvania, we've been having storms coming through. It's amazing. We're here. There was a line went down across the south. That's the south going that way. And there was a bunch of them. TV come on and said, you know, alert, there's storms in the area. They're clearing up. Then north, you can see back there, they're really coming. But it seems like the worst of it goes right around us. So we've been fortunate. But you can see the break over there. You come around here, that was clear in there, and now they're coming this way, going north. It's like we luck out, but I mean, we get the rain. We got some hard rain. So you got a little bit of everything here. And plus stink bugs, wasps, bees. Man, we're getting everything. It's spring though, thank goodness. It's 5:30 in the evening. It's really getting dark now because of that storm. Thunder, I think it's going to start raining any minute. And it's blowing pretty good. It's so dark in here. You can see I had to add extra lighting, so I have that aimed up at the ceiling, which is the garage door open. So do a little bit of lighting for my thing. And what I'd like to talk about is protection on the motorcycle. Not so much wearing the clothes you do, but we go out in the summer. I do it too. You go out without a shirt. Sunscreen, real good sunscreen, because man, that sun tears you up. That's one. The wife, she works on the computer, so she'll get points and get money in her thing, and she'll say, look on Amazon, you know, buy something. So I was picking out a bunch of stuff, and I'd say, no, don't order that, order this. And I had, I think, 4 things ordered, or different things changed around. She just ordered everything, so she's good that way. So what I did was, I got, for my lathe, I have another tool coming, but this tool here, I think it was like $13.95. You can hear that thunder now. And it's a tool holder for my tool, so you have a bunch of these and you put a tool in, and you set the height, then you can just take them in and out. It's a quick change tool holder. I got that, it came. And something else is pretty neat, and it was, let's see, $14.99, and it's this. It's for the GoPro, and it has a great big clamp. I'm always using a tripod out here, so I have to work it up and down and set it just right. Well, this you can clamp, and it's really versatile. If you look in here, you can put it on the handlebar of your bike. You can put it over here when I'm out here filming. That thing is strong. And then it's got this. You can turn it any which way you want. Oh, I got to go close the door. Rain's coming in. Well, it's here. There was just a little bit ago, a couple motorcycles went down. A little bit before that, I seen a couple going up to the left. There was about 4 of them. So they are in it. This metal roof, I have insulation up there, but it's so noisy when it rains like this that I'll just wait till it rains done and then pick it up later. But them poor bikers, they really got caught today. And another thing, this ain't no special effect. That is rain. Oh, man. 10 minutes later, it's calmed down. I don't know if it's going to pick up again. Sounds like it is. But it was really rain. Yeah, here it comes again. But that's why I love these doors so much that I put on with this plastic. Got the plastic, the heavy plastic from Walmart. Made these frames. I put wood at the bottom. But there's plastic there. It's starting to kick back up. But this is so nice, because if I didn't have these right now, I'd have to have the door closed, and it's like a tomb in here. You know, I got a window in the back I can open. I have shutters on it. I could open them and see out a little bit. But this is nice. You know, I can see what's going on. But raining hard again. It's hard to hear, so I'll give it a few more minutes, pick this up. But all in all, at least it's spring. Well, the storm eased up. It's still raining. Man, I tell you, always something. It's so humid in here now. I got my dehumidifier on, and it rains so much Matthew got his umbrella out. You're inside, you don't need it. So back to the mount. It was $14.99, and like I said, it's a big heavy mount. You can put I think a tube in here, and you got this pinch point. Then I noticed you put your GoPro up here, put the GoPro mount, and then put your GoPro on it. But also down here, it slides off, so you could use it without that. You could use it just right here, put your mount in there. So that is really nice, because you can use it with this or this hooked on there, which is pretty slick for that 15 bucks. That ain't bad. Then another thing, protection for the motorcycle for me and a lot of other people. Some probably don't need it. I had made a set one time of wind deflectors for my hands. I took them off. I was riding without it, wearing gloves mostly, last fall. I was just about ready to put them back on when she said about, you know, pick out stuff, and I had picked out this. I had picked out a pair that's bought. They are nicer than mine. The homemade work great, but I ordered a set, and I ordered the smoke ones. And what I'm going to do is put these on, and I won't show the whole process, but they're really nice. They would look good on there. No instructions. They have little O-rings and everything, so I know the O-rings go around where you put the bolts through the plastic, or this plexiglass, or it's not plexiglass, it's the other stuff. Can't think of the name of it. But what I want to do is wax these real good, wax the brackets and everything, and then I'll show them on. Now the reason I'm going to put these on, and they are going to be on there permanent. The reason is, yes, protection your hands, but why? I'll show you why I need them. Allergic to bee stings. You're riding along, and a lot of times I'd feel something hit my hand, and I've had a couple bugs hit it. Well, if I get a wasp, especially a wasp, any bee will affect me, but a wasp, it's worse. And it can be deadly. You have to have this with you the whole time. So I'm going to put them on there, and it's just, you know, for my comfort of riding in the summer without gloves. You know, sometimes it's just too hot to wear them. Brian Glenn wears all that stuff down in Florida, and he'll say it's up around 100 degrees. I'm like, wow, man, and he got gloves on and everything. You know, I got people around here, real thin t-shirt, no helmet, the glasses, and they're riding along. You know, I mean, a lot of them in Pennsylvania now I see riding without helmets. It seems like the insurance company would require them, say, we're not covering you unless, you know, you have them on, because, man, if you go down, you bang your head, oh my. I would never ride without a helmet. Now, I might go just around the block here and try it. Like if I'm working on a bike, I'll just go around right here back to the house. But out going someplace, I don't like it. In fact, the other day I used my half shell helmet. I have a half shell helmet. I put it on for the heck of it because I wasn't filming, and I thought, you know, get more air. It was hot. And it has a piece that goes around here that you can take in and off the helmet to go over your ears. I had that off. What a difference when you hear the bike. You hear all the engine noises. It's like the full-faced helmet. You know, you're really closed up in it, and it really muffles stuff down. But when you have that, it is amazing. You know, if you happen to have one and now you're used to the full-faced helmet, I mean full thing, go out on that with that half shell. And it's amazing the sounds you hear from that bike. That's like I tell a lot of guys that I rode with and that, take your, they'd have windshields on always. Take your shield off. There's only about 4 bolts you can take it off. Take it off and go for a ride. You can't believe how open it is, you know, without it. But I like it because of the bugs and stuff and the wind. You ain't got it buffeting. But just take a short ride without it, you know, and it's like, wow, man, it's amazing. A story on this EpiPen. I know you probably saw it on television where the woman that owns the company that makes these, she started going up in money. These were hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This woman is so rich. Greed. I mean, how much money do you need? Well, it was so bad, the government got involved and started on her. And then they come out, and what she did was, she charged all that because she knows the insurance companies, but some people, their insurance don't cover it. So they're trying to pay that. What does she do? She comes out, you have to have 2 of these. She has a box where you get 2 of them and you can't buy just one. So now you have to double your money. The insurance is doubling your money. So this went on. Then they said, you know what? We're going to have generic. And that's what this is, because it used to have her name like the EpiPen. This is called, not an EpiPen, but it has the long name, man, I can't even pronounce it. Injection, they call it. And that's it right there. It comes in this protective case. Then when you go to use it, you pull this little top off, and then you grab it like that and slam it on the side of your leg. The needle comes out and injects the stuff. So that's how it works. So I was paying, my insurance company was buying them. I was paying $40 for both of them. 2 pens in that kit. And you think, well, now that they're selling these, they're getting them a lot cheaper, getting the price down. Insurance companies would be happy. So what's my insurance do? Once I get these, now you still got to buy 2 of them. I was paying $40. Now they want $100. How the hell did that help me? I mean, it really helped the insurance company, but it ain't helping me at all. You know, and then Trump's always saying about the middle guy, the middle guy. It's all you hear. Every time there's an election, you hear about Social Security and the middle guy. You never get a break. So now I got to pay $100 for these where I paid $40 for 2. I get 2 for, why can't I buy 1 for $50? That would be acceptable, because you inject yourself with it. This lasts a while in your system. You can go get another one, but there might be years that you never use it, and these last only a year. In a year, sure enough, you know, they call me and tell, or send me an email or whatever, and they say your injector needs replaced, and it has an expiration date on it. It even has a little window here. You look up and they say if it's clear, it's all right. If it starts to get, you know, a little darker color, it's no good. But I've never seen one go darker color, and I've had some old ones I've left in there for a while and I wanted to see, and they're always, you know, but expiration date, you got to go by it. So it's like, you know, I tell you, they get you everywhere you turn. So they're getting, the insurance companies get them, you think they'd be jumping for joy, and like I said, they're going to get them a lot cheaper now that they don't have to go through that woman. But no, they jack up the price up for us. So they're saving all that money, and they're getting more money off of us. I can't believe it. Just can't believe it. When I was real young, I was never affected by bee stings. I'd get stung, and they hurt, and this and that. But then one day, I think I was on vacation. We were around the back of the house. I knew there was hornets in the house. One came down and stung me on top of the head, and I just went like that, brushed it off. A little bit later, you know, I could feel my face getting a little warm, so I went in the house and I took a shower, and I had a notion to lay down. I didn't. The wife, you know, I started getting lumps in, and the wife said, you got to go to the hospital. So she drove me down to the emergency room. As soon as they seen that, that's one time you go right in. They don't ask no questions or nothing, you know, and they get you on the IV. They had an IV thing there. Then they put the in there, put all them little monitors on you. When you move, that thing, it goes crazy, that monitor thing. It's like, you know. So laid in there, got it done, and then I told them about, you know, how that was getting hot. By the time I got down there was little welts cleared out of my waist. They were inside my mouth. And I had told them about how I took a shower to cool down. And I thought, you know, maybe laying down, they said you'd have never got back up, because it would stop your heart and everything. You know, I mean, you're done. So you don't mind, you get used to carrying this, because you got to carry it. Now, when the wife and I go and we're going out to eat or something like that, she has one in her purse, so I don't have to carry it. But if we go to the movie sets or TV, we're working for them, we might get separated. I have one in my pocket. And I, a lot of times, wear cargo pants so I can put it in the leg pocket. That way I ain't bothered with it. But you got to have it. So I'll put these on. Like I said, I want to wax all the parts, put them together, and the bracket goes under your rear view mirror. You got to take them off. I have one on the other side under there for a GPS mount, so I got to fix that, realign the mirrors, and do all that. So I'll get that done and show what they look like. But that is protection for my hands. Then when it gets colder, you have your gloves on, that still protects you. You know, I mean, it keeps a lot of wind off of there because I have good Harley gloves, but that air, after a while, when it's cold, it starts going through there and you feel it. So that is anybody that uses the EpiPen, you have the bugs, because if you get a bug coming, and I've had them hit my hands, you get something stuck between your fingers, it's going to nail you. I was over to neighbors one day doing some work for them. A wasp come down, I just went like that and hit it. You know, I figured I'd fling it. That thing stuck right between my fingers and nailed me. I'm like, oh man. So I told them, call Lois, and she come running over with the thing, and I stuck it in my leg. Then they felt real bad. You know, it wasn't their fault. I struck at it. Oh my. So I'll show when I have them on and what they look like. And they were, I don't know if I said, the Deflectors were $19.99 off of Amazon. So 20 bucks. They are nice. Beautiful. So I waxed all these parts and the shields themselves. And I was going to show this, but I thought I'd better. These are identical. So one way it goes on the left, this way it goes on the right. You can see the brackets, how they are. And when they're on, they're put on so that they come downward to go over your hands. That's the way that works. So I have these two extra brackets, and the only thing I could think they're for is if you put this, like I'm going to put this under my mirror, I think it'll work just like that. But if it doesn't, they give you extra bolts and nuts to put that on there. Put this under your mirror. Now you have a slot in this one where you can move this back and forth and adjust it. I guess I could use them and do it that way. Maybe down like that would look better. They give them to you. I don't know if you have to. You might have to use them, might not, because these are probably universal. But I thought I'd show. You get 8 little O-rings, so I know one goes on each side of the plastic. So I take this strap, put this screw through there, and put an O-ring on it. And what's nice is it'll hold it on there for me. Do the same to this side. Now this will go on the outside of the shield. Flip it over. Now I put another O-ring on each one. Now I take one of my brackets, lay it on there. Now here's the thing. This is not a lock nut. I don't want to turn that down real hard because of my O-rings and the plastic. So take some blue Loctite. Make sure something comes out. Now before I put the bracket on, I'm just going to put 1 drop of blue Loctite on these threads right there on the bolts that go through. Put on my bracket, put the nut on. I drop one nut. I called the wife. It feels like, no, the one felt like it was going to be like a lock nut, like it wasn't fitting right. And you'd use a Phillips and a number 10mm wrench. I like to use a box end on it. And I am just going to snug this up, not real tight, because I don't want it to squeeze those O-rings too tight. it squashes them and then they seem to go bad. So there's one. Now they have this like this. I could try it. I made that one for the other side. That's for the left. I need the one for the right, so start over. Bolt, O-ring. These O-rings, I took Armor All and wet a paper towel and put on these O-rings to protect them a little bit. Probably keep them soft. This one on. Put it on there. 2 more O-rings. Then my bracket. Let's see, this one's for this side. Goes like that. Before I put the bracket on, get some of the Loctite on them. Acorn nuts on next. Snuggies up. I'm not tightening them real tight. I'm just snugging them up a little bit. There. The Loctite will hold them. And there it is on that side. Now I can, let's see, I'll tell you what, that might need out a little bit further. So I think that's why they do give you these, because they give you the bolts and nuts and everything. I could put that like that and slide it back and forth under there, but I think it'd be easier to go the other way, because the mirror, when I put it on, I'll put the mirror down through the solid, or just, yeah, the solid hole, not the slotted one, because I get the mirror, I'm going to be, you know, really looking how it's lined up and how this is lined up back and forth this way. So this will go. And I don't believe that's a lock nut. They give you a washer for it. So I'm going to put a little Loctite on that. Didn't look like I got much on it. I'll have to get a bigger couple wrenches for this. But there. Now, I want to see, you can even tilt this like this out here. That's pretty good for your final, but I'll keep it pretty straight like this to put it on. Then I can line it up and put it on and see what it looks like. Still raining out. Probably gonna rain. I think they said next 3 days. Well, I got this one on. Looks beautiful, nice. And I found out that extra piece is needed up here, because it comes out this way and then turns this way to get this at the right angle. So that piece was needed. I thought, well, maybe you could, but it would be so close to it. It might work, but with the extra joint on there, it gives you just more freedom to move it back and forth and get it lined up. And now you can see my hand will be up here. If you can see it, it's covered by that. That wind will deflect off of there just like your windshield. It'll go upward, downward, outward. But I think that's a success there. Really looks good. I like the smoke. I didn't like the pure clear. I think the smoke looks a lot better. So I hope this helps somebody, and especially if you're like me and you have an EpiPen, that's going to be on there permanent, because it looks great, but it's mostly for the summer to keep the bees off, and in the winter to keep the cold air off. So either way, it's going to work great. So another video done. Thanks for watching.